Blog Talk Radio. Welcome to Women Who Rock with Success, a digital media source for professional and entrepreneurial women. Did you know that we can be found on Google Play, Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Sam's Broadcasting, AutoCast, and more? Women Who Rock with Success airs live each Tuesday at 9 a.m. Central Time, followed by our latest brand, Women Who Rock Investigates. We handpick professional women in many areas who can provide credible information in their field to build your business and lifestyle. To learn more about us, just visit our website at www.womenwhorockwithsuccess.com.
Greetings, good afternoon, and welcome to Women Who Rock with Success. This is your host, Miss Diane Winbush, and so for this segment, we will be speaking with Miss America contestant Eryn LaLonde, and so we've been getting a lot of contestants and a lot of Miss Americas and Miss Tampa, so we're getting excited this year for 2021, and we're so excited to be able to share their story and their cause as to what they have for the public sector. So good afternoon. Our guest is Miss Eryn LaLonde, and so good afternoon, Eryn, and welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, Miss Diane.
Okay, great. So let's get into it. Just tell us a little bit about you as to what were your desires for wanting to be, the beauty. It's just so comical sometimes because I always think about the little tiaras and what have you, the little children in the tiaras on our TLC. And so everybody has a cause, though, because sometimes we always think about it's all about just being in the beauty contests and the travels and the makeup, but it's more than that. And so everyone has a cause, and so we want to learn more and more about yours. And so tell us a little bit about you.
Absolutely. So I came across the Miss America organization my freshman year of high school because my mom and I were looking for scholarship opportunities. As we all know, college is very expensive, and I'm fortunate enough to have a college savings, but I knew that I wanted to pursue higher education and go towards my doctorate at some point, and it's expensive. And so during research, we came across the Manatee County pageant, which was where I lived at the time, and the girl who won was awarded a $500 scholarship, and then she would proceed to the Miss Florida or Miss Florida's Outstanding Teen competition that June. And I competed for my first time ever, and I got second runner-up, but I didn't let that defeat me. I came back the next year. I was first runner-up, and then I came back a third year, and I finally was crowned Miss Manatee County's Outstanding Teen 2015. And that's kind of when my whole platform started. It all started from me finding the Miss America organization, but I can proudly say that I'm still debt-free from the connections that I made just from 2015 when I was an Outstanding Teen. My year, I had done many local events, fundraisers, parades, and through that I met community partners and local businesses that sponsored the program or sponsored me personally, and I've just been so grateful with the continual scholarships every semester. There's one organization that every semester since 2015 has put $2,000 into my college account, whichever school I was going to be at. And I just realized that so many people don't apply to scholarships because they think it's hard, because it's not as easy as applying for a loan. Loans make it super easy, basic information, and click submit, and all of a sudden you're in debt for school. And I put together materials and tools for individuals, whether you're 84 or you're 18, that you can use to apply towards scholarships, because I've not touched a penny of my college savings, and I'm going into my fourth semester of my master's degree completely debt-free, and I still have all of that money in my college savings account.
Oh, wow. That is very, very interesting, because I'm starting back this year in the fall as a master in juris, and of course we shared all of your information with our other platform, Girls Who Rock with Success, who are also entrepreneurs as well, because a lot of times when it comes to scholarships, individuals feel that this is something that you have to fill out. This is something that's it's perhaps maybe like an overnight thing, but it takes a lot of time in submitting a scholarship and what have you. And so this is very, very important. So even with that, so what compelled you to begin to work with that cause is to try to train individuals as to how to save and then also how to pursue scholarships.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have so many friends who are pursuing their degrees in nursing or any other field, and I'm close enough with them that we discuss financials at sometimes, and they tell me how much a textbook costs and that they had to take another loan out to cover that textbook because financial aid didn't cover it or FAFSA didn't cover it, or they just simply don't have the money. And because I had been applying for scholarships since freshman year, I had a good base on.
You can continue.
Okay, where did we leave off?
We were discussing as to what compelled you to be able to wanted to be able to help others with scholarships. I think it kind of cut your entire segment off.
Okay, no worries. I will start over.
Okay.
So I have so many friends who are in a lot of debt, and they graduated with their bachelor's degree, and they're looking on going into nursing school, or they're already in nursing school in so much debt just from their first semester. And since I've been applying for scholarships since freshman year of high school, I have a good selection of information that needs to be provided for scholarships, and I've seen how much money goes unawarded to students every year that they could be receiving. For instance, Florida has $98.3 million worth of student loan debt. But last year in Hillsborough County and Sarasota County combined, $2.3 million went unawarded in scholarship money, simply because no one applied, or there was one small aspect of the application that they didn't meet the criteria for. For instance, my first scholarship I ever received was a $1,500 scholarship for men's golf. Now, I don't meet any of that criteria. However, I was just applying to any scholarship that I met at least one aspect of it, and I was awarded that. And there's just so much money that I think is going unawarded because people don't realize that just because you don't meet some part of the criteria doesn't mean you don't apply for them. At the end of the day, these scholarships are tax write-offs for these organizations, and if they're not providing that funding to students, they have to pay Uncle Sam that money. So most of the time, if it comes to the end of the selection process and they don't have anyone applying, but there's one girl who applied for the men's golf scholarship, they'll provide it to that individual.
Okay, great. Okay, so what other short-term goals that you would like to reach, even besides helping those with scholarship plans? And first of all, before we get to that one, let's talk about the organization or the business that you have as to how you help those with that. Because I'm pretty sure that you have some sort of a consultant or coaching line that helps students to be able to achieve those successes. And so let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so on my website, ErynLaLonde.com, I have a tab that's called Operation Success, Planning and Paying for Higher Education. Now, on that tab, you can see individuals who I have been able to help apply for scholarships, and they've been awarded the money. And I also have another tab that breaks down what scholarships are, the difference between public and private scholarships, templates that people can just download and fill in their own personal information. Now, this is just something that I'm doing completely free. Like, I'm not requesting funding from anyone. They don't have to sign a contract to work with me. I'm simply just offering my free services that I have found so beneficial. As, again, I am completely debt-free going into my fourth semester of grad school, which is typically very unheard of. And I find joy in helping people remain debt-free for school because there's so many things they could go on vacation instead of having to pay $1,500 for that textbook.
Absolutely, because now when it comes to like scholarships, sometimes individuals they will go, of course, to different other sources to be able to obtain information as to how to be able to win over. I think I attempted to apply for one time, and I think and it was really simple through the site, but there's a lot of specifications that goes with it. So what would be some of the aspects that you would offer for those students that are trying to apply? I can't apply now because I'm a grad student, I think. But anyway, so what type of information would you suggest for those who are applying for scholarships as to what they can do to prepare themselves beforehand? You know, it's just like kind of basically writing a grant or something like that. You have to have some individuals have to have a team or what have you. So what suggestions would you like to offer for students that are attempting to apply for scholarships?
Yeah, so I would say the main requirement for all scholarships is to have a letter of need, basically stating why you're applying for the scholarship, and that's your time to tell your story. For instance, in my letter, I talk about how I lost my mom to a very rare form of cancer, and the medication she was on every month totaled to over $18,000. And so that is my story. So telling your story in that letter of need, not just saying, I need money to go to school, but you need to answer the why. And then the next step is to find at least 2 individuals, whether they're teachers, coaches, anyone who's not related to you, to write you a letter of recommendation. And when you're asking those individuals, make sure you're asking ones who truly know you and can talk about unique characteristics to you as an individual. And when I ask for those, I ask if they can write them as kind of blanket references. For instance, they typically will start off with the title of the scholarship, and if they're allowing you to do a blanket one, it will just be them sending you the Word document so you can change the title of the or of the scholarship you're applying for, because that way you can use it for multiple scholarships. And that's the thing. So many people think that for every scholarship you have to write a new letter, you have to get new references, but that's not the case. I've been using the same essay for probably over a year and a half now. I tweak it here and there, but once you have the basics, which is usually the reference letters and the statement of need, you can apply for as many scholarships, because you don't have to continually rewrite it. And I think that's what people get caught up on. They think it's hard because every scholarship's a new application, but that's not the case. Okay, great. So we want to kind of talk a little bit about you as a contestant as Miss America. Of course, everybody, when they see your crown or a queen-like crown, they want to, know a little bit more information even about that too. So share with us some of the little nuggets between the difference between a Miss America and perhaps maybe like a Miss Universe or a Miss, someone that's running in a local particular demographics or what have you, because I'm pretty sure they're not the same, especially if you're, going for Miss Universe. I'm pretty sure that the standards are a little bit higher, just as well as Miss America. So, if you would talk to us and share a little bit about that with us. Yeah, so I'm not completely familiar with the Miss Universe organization, as I've only really looked into the Miss America organization. But the Miss America organization is the largest scholarship foundation for women in the United States. And to my understanding, we are the only system that offers these large scholarships, which are based on merits. And, we have girls who are in school for pharmaceutical sales to being doctors and lawyers and attorneys. So we're all very highly intelligent women. It's more than just a beauty contest like it used to be in the past. But through the Miss America organization, I know girls get to travel with the USO and meet presidents, and especially our Miss America. I know she was just doing the USO tour to meet and thank all of our men and women who are serving for us currently. But I'm not very familiar with the Miss Universe organization. I know they do not require a talent, whereas Miss America, we have a talent. But besides that, I couldn't really tell you much more details.
Okay, that's fine. Because I just kind of give the audience a little narrative of, I guess, each different segment or what have you, that because that's what we've been having lately on the show. It's, Miss Tampa, Miss Florida, Miss, and what have you. And so that's just something that some of the questions will come by to us as to ask, what's the difference between one or, versus over the other one. So great, that's great. So what would be one of the long-term goals that you would like to see yourself achieve as, awarding, well, not awarding, but helping others to get awarded for scholarship funding? What are some of the long-term goals that you would like to work on in that area?
Yeah, so I actually met one of my first short-term goals last week. My first goal was to have at least $25,000 awarded to various individuals before the end of summer, and I'm actually at $32,000. So I met that first short-term goal. I would say probably to provide as many scholarships that I can, especially to individuals outside of the state of Florida. I currently have a friend who lives in Minnesota, and I was able to help her apply and receive a $12,000 scholarship for the school that she's currently attending, which is one of the biggest scholarships by far that I've been able to help friends or family or anyone who reaches out to me win. I mean, $12,000, it's a lot of money. At first we were like, did they add an extra zero on accident? Or, but nope, it was a $12,000 scholarship that she received. So just getting the word out there. So many people just don't apply, especially the people that I currently work for. Some of them are looking to go back to grad school, and they're like, oh, there's nothing for grad school besides loans. And I'm like, no. I'm like, there's grants, there's Pell Grants, there's local scholarships, there's scholarships at your school, scholarships for your department.
Okay,
really
great.
Letting people know that you can apply.
Go ahead and finish.
Oh, no, that was it.
Okay, absolutely, because many of times individuals may look at one particular platform where they can be able to file for, apply for a scholarship, what have you, or apply for a grant or what have you. And sometimes individuals may give up. They will say, okay, since I got turned down this time, I'm not going back anymore or what have you. But there are so many opportunities and so many doors to access in order to be able to get, financial funding, because even with online schooling, because that's what I'm doing for the fall, I'm going back for the graduate. And so with that, the fees are just as much as if you're going to school, attending school on campus. So, so individuals, I think this is very, very important that individuals know how to kind of streamline also their income as well, because a lot of times when we're in school, we'll take out the maximum of what the loan or the several grants state that we are approved for, what have you, and sometimes individuals don't know how to cut back. Sometimes we take it and we say, oh, I'm going to take take a trip over here. No, you don't need to be taking no trips. You need to save those funds. You need to save those funds and what have you, because later on, once the degree is complete, the student, the education, Department of Education, they're going to like, okay, 6 months from here, we're going to be looking for you to be able to start putting something down on what it is that you have agreed to, with these promissory notes. And so that's very, very important. I think that is great. What a great cause that you have, trying to help others to be able to get information, learn more about scholarships. That's the first thing. You have to learn what a scholarship is, the purpose of a scholarship, and then how beneficial it can be for paying back loans, student loans, because that's, as I stated. And right now, I think the president, I'm not for sure if the bill has passed as of yet. He's working on trying to get some of the, I think it was like $10,000 per each student for forgiveness of loans, and so I don't know how far that perhaps maybe went through the House of, or speakers or what have you. But anyways, so we want you to be able to share how the audience can be able to follow you, Eryn. Any books that you have published, you can be able to share that, how they can follow you on social media sites and any website links that you would like to share. You're welcome to do that at this time.
Okay, perfect. So I actually make it pretty easy. My website is ErynLaLonde.com. That's ErynLaLonde.com. My Instagram account is Eryn.LaLonde, and my public Facebook page is the Eryn LaLonde. So I make everything pretty simple, but if you go on my website, I do have the social media links in the top right-hand corner that they can click on and connect with me. I also have a LinkedIn account that they can connect with me on there as well.
Okay, great. So, audience, we have learned a lot from Miss American contestant Eryn LaLonde in regards to scholarships. She's also shared some short-term goals that she have already achieved, and I think that is very, very important when attending school, that you set goals in any type of thing that we're doing, whether it's lifestyle or whatever. We set goals. And then we also learned about her passion and cause for helping others in that area. She loves to help, just like we've heard from Miss Tampa this morning, 2006. That's all she was talking about. Oh, I love to help people and what have you. And so that is what this is all about. And then her services, she's offering it to students and what have you, free of charge. And you can be able to follow her on her website and her links that she has just given. Eryn, thank you so much for being our guest on today for the lunch hour.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a good day.
Great.